So I'm gonna adjust the lights. Guys, you see the topics on Instagram. I'm in my camper right now. I'm on my way to Holland. I just passed my lifesaver course in South France, where you probably saw me. And the topic is, sorry that I switch sometimes, but I'm so glad that you take time to improve your surfing. And the topic today, it's an interesting one because today we're going to talk about common mistakes as a beginner and as an intermediate. So I'm focusing on the YouTube guys here right in front of me, but obviously I'm going to have you live as well on Instagram. So feel free, obviously you hear everything I say and I coach, but feel free to leave a questions. By the way, the whole time when we're live, leave a question in the comments below because you can always interrupt me by asking questions. That's why it's so cool to have it live. So my first question was if you have already been on a live workshop with me or if it's your first time. Put it here in the, how you say, the question. I see already some filled in. 100% is the first time, so welcome. I introduce myself in a second. And Van Life is on. Well, we have, I'm going to wave at everyone here on Instagram really quick. Guys, super cool that you join here on YouTube and on Instagram. So don't worry if I switch sometimes to camera, but I give all the people the possibility to get the free information, which I'm going to coach you today, because my notes are ready and so should you. So if you take 1, 2, 3 tips out of this live workshop, my work is already done. So please grab your own surf companions if you not already have. There is in the back, always in both companions, there is space to write notes down. If I'm start with the beginner one because the common mistakes in beginner surfing is different than intermediate one. Um, Put the comments inside in your phone, whatever, unless you're on the phone, then don't disturb. But if you have questions all the time, you are allowed to ask it. So before we start already, please let me know, guys, where are you right now live watching this? I'm always super keen and interested. Where are you live right now? And take the time on a Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock to watch live surf coaching. I think I'm one of the few who does that live. So this is your possibility to ask a ICE A2 Surf coach. Small introduction. I'm Daniel. I'm the co-founder of the Surf Companions and the YouTube channel. You might know me, the Surf Books. You know me even live coaching on the beach. So I'm more than 10 years a surf coach and I host my own retreats. And together with Flo, we obviously made the Surf Companions happen. The feedback is amazing. So guys, that's why it's keeps me going. I'm a full-time entrepreneur and coach. So with Flo together, we did the books. But my purpose here with being live is coaching you live valuable tips, which you probably not get out of the books because those are hidden tips which I get with my experience. So I see already on YouTube 50% is the first time and the other 50% already joined one or more live workshops. So I'm super interested. Guys, please leave below where are you right now because we all have one thing in common, which is surfing and improving our surfing. This is why you hopefully watch this and follow me. Small introduction to myself. Furthermore, I'm obviously Daniel. I'm ICE A2 surf coach. There are 2 licenses. You only can apply for the ICE A2 if you work at least 2 years with the ICE A1. You did your hours and you have a more knowledge about surf maneuvers, especially, but also training and so on. What makes me a bit standing out in the coaching world is I have even a big sports background as a sports therapist. But enough about me. I just passed my ICE A level again. Sorry, my lifesaver. Lifesaver means, oh, there's Hamburg going to Denmark next week from Sensehofer. Cool. Guys, where are you from? Where you live right now? Super interested. Good for you to know is every surf coach has to be also trained in being a lifesaver. And every 2 years, we have to renew the course, which makes you a more safer student because once you have a coaching with us, with me, then you know, okay, if he wants, he can save your life, which is a cool feeling because a lot of students come to a surf camp or surf retreats and they are scared, maybe out of old experiences or something went wrong, but it gives like a good feeling, right? Cool. Landlocked in countryside, 4 hours drive away from southwest France. Beach breaks. Amazing. Atlantine. Cool. Adeline Teens in you. Cool. Abella, I'm at home, Switzerland. Yes, Anna is in Switzerland. Amazing. Here on YouTube. Cool. And someone is landlocked here on Instagram on France. So, guys, we're going to start right away if you're up for it. I have a small iPad here, which I can help you to visualize some things. First of all, we start with the beginner. Beginner common mistakes. By the way, I said common mistakes. I don't like the word so much because I rather want to focus on the positive side. So don't worry, even if I say common mistakes, it's going to be positive, and I will give you the tool what you can do about the mistakes so you avoid it. We have New Jersey, USA, cold water most of the year. New Jersey. How cold is the temperature? Let me know, Carla. How cold it is. New Jersey. Is it colder than 15 degrees? Oh, you don't have degrees, yeah? European guys. We start right away with the common mistakes in beginner. First of all, as a coach, coaching experience, I give you one of the first, which is board selection. So which board you choose. A lot, even beginners, they go to a surf school and they get a smaller board, or back in the times, it was a hard top. This is the biggest mistake. Don't go for a short board, like a really short board. Go for a big one, at least 8 feet long, and it has to be soft. I don't know if it's mirroring or if you can read it. Soft. I think here it's mirrored, but here it's perfect. So we stay with the YouTube guys because you are on Instagram, probably on your toilet, whatever. But YouTube, you took your time, you signed in. It's both for free, but I don't know if you can read it. Doesn't matter. Give me a thumbs up if you can read it. So, first of all, biggest mistake, they go too short at the beginning. What is the main purpose for a beginner? You want to have a lot of waves. You want to feel safe. And you want to feel safe with a soft top. Means go for a big 8-foot, and it should be a soft top. Yeah, I mean, I know some people who started really early surfing, and the cool thing is the surf industry mirror. Take a reflection in a mirror to get it right. Take a reflection. I don't know if I can. Nah, I stay with YouTube. Sorry, guys, but you will get the message. I will tell you everything, and I only draw, so you will understand. So take the right board. The more bigger and taller you are, the bigger the board should be. But I see a lot of times, even beginners, they go for a hard top because it looks on Instagram. Don't do the mistake. Just go at least for 8-foot. If you're a tinier person, smaller and lighter, for example, kids or teenagers, obviously you can also go lower, but at least go for a 7 feet soft top because then you have the most fun and it feels stable. Boom, write it down. By the way, get your favorite drink. For me, it's water, so I can talk more fluent. If you understand, by the way, everything proper, let me know because the microphones sometimes don't work. Why soft tops help beginner surfing? It's only the comfort for the body. No, it's not only the comfort for the body, it's safer. First of all, it's safer. The damage is not so much, and you save yourself. There was a question, by the way, about why is soft top more, why is soft top good for beginners? You are safe, and all the people around you, because you're just starting out, are safe. So stay in a soft top, yeah, and you have more volume. This is just plus plus plus. So don't get a hard top when you're a beginner. Okay, cool. If you have questions, let me know, guys. Positioning on the board. That's the second common mistake. Positioning means a lot of surfer who just paddling in the white water, and the white water is the wave broke, and the white water is this peeling white water which only pushes you forward. Now it comes. A lot of surfer or students of mine, beginner, when they start lying on the board, this is the board, here's the fin down there. When they lie too much on the front, this is the head, here's paddling, and here are the legs. When they too much on the front side, what happens then? The nose goes down. Nose is the front part of the nose of the board, which happens to a nose dive. So when you have that experience for a beginner, what do beginners usually do when they don't want to feel it, like this nosedive, this horrible nosedive? You guessed it right. Maybe you guessed it, maybe not. They go too much to the back. So the next wave they take, they lie too much to the tail. So what happens is, obviously, they won't do a nosedive, but now they're way too much on the back of the board. So all the time, please, as a beginner, also as an intermediate, stay in your sweet spot. And now I come to my tips. How to stay on a sweet spot is the following. If this is the board, and this is the middle. We call the middle the stringer. Yeah. There's a nice tip, especially when I'm talking only to beginners right now with the 8 feet book. I was scared away from trying surfing in 2000 after hearing about someone with teeth broken by a hardboard and surf camp. Yes, Atlanta teen just said or proved my point. He or she, Atlanta teen, I don't know, sorry, said it, like was scared about someone broke a teeth because of a hard top. A hard top is really hard, so you can break something really quick. That's why I use soft tops, and I'm so happy my surf camps and also the retreats, we use obviously soft tops, so you don't have to worry about your safety. But back to the sweet spot. Beginners do this mistake a lot. So when you on your surfboard, you want to keep the best position. We call it the sweet spot. Yum, 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 super sweet. Why? Look at this. When you lie on your board, your toes should be, when you do the ballerina is like whoop, toes out, you should be with your toes in the water. If you put your feet up, only the feet, to a 90 degrees angle, boom, you should be on the tail. So you can try it for yourself next time you lie on your big soft top. And trust me, with an 8 feet, usually it's a good like orientation point. It's like when you do the toes really like this, whoop, straight, you're in the water. And when you put it 90 degrees, boop, 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 your toes should be on the tail. This is like a good orientation. A lot of people say like, oh, you have to do 4 inches here and then elbows here. Guys, I give you the most simple one. Trust me, try it. So always remain on the sweet spot. You want to have the same and the best balanced position at all time as a beginner surfer. Don't, and this is the mistake, which you don't do now anymore, don't slide on your board forward or backwards. Give me a thumbs up if you understood that. If it's too quick, write it down. Boom. Sometimes I'm really quick with talking because I'm so motivated, because it's my passion. My passion is coaching to make you better, guys. Okay, wait a second. I need pen and I need this black color. Whoa. This is positioning. Stay on your sweet spot, because then you get the best wave. Don't go more to the nose or to the back or switching. Trust your balance. Cool. Thumbs up here. We have, and now it comes to the teeth. Someone on Instagram here said like, yeah, you could break your teeth if you use a hard top, or, and now it comes, the mistake is also what you should do in surfing as an intermediate and a beginner. Always do head protection. Guys, do the head protection properly. Please follow my lead, unless you have the phone on your hand. One hand goes to the neck and one hand to the back of the head, and then you close your elbows. Trust me, guys, do it at all times. Okay, you have it even explained in your Surf Companions books, obviously. When you have the beginner already ready, then you should look at page, wait a second, I should know it by heart. Here we go, page 28. You see it already, perfectly explained, the head protection. Do it at all times. When you come up, boom. So the mistake I see a lot as a coach is people don't do it. Even intermediate, they come from Bali. Oh, Daniel, I want to have coaching with you. I said, cool, where did you surf before? Yeah, at Bali. Especially with this voice. And then I said, cool, if you know surfing already. Yeah, I surf green waves. Okay, do the head protection. Then they do like, what? Do the head protection. Cool. We start again. Do the head protection at all time if you're intermediate or beginner. Trust me, guys. It saves your lives and your teeth. No scars. And you want to have safe. What's the main purpose of here coaching you? You want to have fun and you want to stay safe. Make sense? Cool. Write it down. Head protection at all times. What's next on my leash? I wanted to say, as a beginner, the most common mistake is the people drag. Good tips. Surf protection is so important. Blitz the van. Yes. Hey, Ricardo. Just had coffee and we were cool that you're, hey, safety first. Cass is here. Guys, more people are live now on Instagram. I thought like there were like 90 people waiting on a email list, and now there are almost more people on Instagram. We all learn. It doesn't matter. You're all here and take your time, which is amazing. So as a beginner, don't touch the leash. Never touch the leash. Why? Your fingers could tangle in, and then you could, sometimes lose it or make weird positions. So the most common mistake I see, even with beginners, they drag their board next to them in the whitewater, even with the small rope where the leash plug is in, like, come here. Don't do it. Surf as you wouldn't have a leash. Make sense? Write it down. So surf as you wouldn't have a leash. By the way, guys, at the end of the session, all this explaining. Feels like a whole surf course here. I have a special gift for you, obviously, for free. Okay, don't touch the leash, write it down. What happens, or what is the most common mistake with paddling? Yes, 95% in surfing is paddling. I see it with beginner. Intermediate, not so much anymore, but depending how good they see themselves. But with beginner, because you're really enthusiastic, of course there's a wave coming. Oh my god. With paddling, it's like this. The most common mistake I see is the paddling is too quick. Too quick means like they're like, I'm paddling for the wave is coming. Write it down. There's a nice quote. Movement is not the same as progress. Okay, once again, movement is not equal to progress, or you make a step forward. Once again, if you move really quick, it doesn't mean you will be quick. No. With paddling, explained also in the surf commandments, but here once again, most common mistake is pull your arm from the front to the back, one stroke at a time with control. More important is, by the way, the fingers are relaxed. Yes, maybe a discussion for next one. Trust me, fingers are relaxed because Michael Phelps does it well as well. Michael Phelps, best swimmer in the world, by the way. If you put more material, more of your arm into the water, the more you can push away. This is even more important than with control. Why? The more water you can push away per strokes, the more forward momentum you get. Cool? Yeah, let that sink in. So for your paddling, for beginner and intermediate, most common mistake is this one is not making you fast. You probably wonder if why the good surfers and coaches are passing by in the water to you without even effort, so almost effortless. You see, like, hey, they're doing nothing. No, because the technique is on point. Technique is on point from the front till the back. Guys, leave a comment below, thumbs up if I'm too quick, too loud, and if you understood everything. Yeah? Here on YouTube, guys, did you understand everything? Is everything clear? Am I too quick or should I keep going? Cool. By the way, you are allowed to ask questions. That's the main purpose of being live. Okay, perfect. Paddling. And now it comes. The biggest common mistake, the biggest, as a beginner surfer, what I see, and maybe some surf coaches are even here, what I see in surfing is the most beginners focus on one thing and one thing only at the whole time is the takeoff. So they all want to take off. Yeah, take off, take off. I only training the takeoff. Oh, that's the most important thing. Trust me, guys. And I'm probably, maybe I get haters for that, but I have enough experience because it works. Takeoff is one of the easiest thing in surfing. Yes. Why is it so easy? I ask you. Are you agreeing? Probably everyone is hating me right now, but you should agree. Why? I have enough experience and it works. I give you an example. When you're a beginner surfer and you're just starting out, you never stood on your surfboard. Of course, you're focusing only, I want to get up. This is my goal. But there are a lot of steps to bring you to the takeoff. I'll show you. You have to choose the right wave. Yeah. Go big or go home. You have to be 90 degrees to the wave. Uh-huh. You should paddle 5 meters before. Oh, really? To gain speed. How do you paddle? Of course, with control, all the arms. Then, when the wave is reaching to your tail, you do 2 extra ones. Then you go to the glide position, and only then you're ready for the takeoff. Do you see already there are a lot of steps beforehand which can go totally wrong? So, here, for example, maybe you're not 90 degrees in an angle. Maybe you're in the wrong position on your board and you forgot this one. Maybe you didn't 5 meters before, you didn't two extra power, and then you really try to take off, like take off. Trust me, guys, it's not gonna work. So the cool thing is, I coach you step by step in my retreats and as a personal coach, and everywhere you see me. This has to be the foundation. This has to be perfect because the takeoff, you can train on land all the time in your garden, even landlocked, 2 hours away or 4 hours away from South Beach, France. You can train it. But what you not really can train is, which wave do I take? How many pedals before? How to lie on your board? Which board is the sun cream? Yeah. And then only the takeoff. I hope that makes sense. And trust me, when you do this, the foundation, the takeoff, if you can do the takeoff on land, you can take off in the water. If you obviously cannot take off on land, which is weird because there are a lot of techniques, there are actually 3-4 techniques you can use to do a proper takeoff, but this is too much in depth here. Beginner one is all in. You have the three-step, you have the free step, you have the jump, you have the slide, and so on. But I hope that was helpful because I don't see so many surf coaches pointing that out and coaching that. Guys, I know my coaches, and some of them I trained, of course, and they all agree to the same because the experience shows it's gonna work. And of course, never change a working system. When it works, it keeps, and I will keep in the program. So if you agree or not, why not? But leave a comment below, chat with me if you agree or not. Should I continue? You hear that? It's the next page. Boom. Too quick? Too slow? Your favorite drink? Let's go. There was even a small wrap here. Okay. Another common mistake as a beginner surf. Okay. There's a question, guys. There's a question. Let's hear it from Natural Fluent German. Cool name. I always pull back when I realize that the wave is too steep, and then I get sucked in. Do you have any advice? By the way, thanks, dude. Natural Fluent German. This is about timing. Timing in catching a green wave. I give you an example which helps you and answers your question. Usually, when you're a beginner or intermediate and you get the wave has 3 stages, like almost nothing, then here's almost nothing, then it becomes this one, then it becomes higher, and then it broke. Yeah, you see those 3 beautiful drawn here, 3 stages. Once you pedal for green wave and you're in this stage already, you're pedaling still here, it's too late. You're gonna be crushed. So it has to be to do with positioning and timing. The wave should be unbroken, so you will feel the lift as a green wave lifts you up. Yeah, this is the beautiful feeling. When you're already here, you get smashed. Even you, natural fluent German, you will get smashed. You rather want to have the wave catching here, catching, or in front when it's already white water. You don't want to catch, oh, there's light. You don't want to catch the wave here in the middle where it starts to break, which is really steep. So don't worry, it's not even your technique which is wrong. No, it is maybe your timing. That's why you need a coach. And I hope that was clear for your question. But back to your timing as a beginner. Beginner, look at this. When a white water comes, Robin, by the way, my dog background, she wants to join. Robin, just lie. Come, leave. Yeah. Cool. Timing about being a beginner surfing is the following. And the most common mistake I see with beginner surfers is the following. When the wave comes and it is already white water and it's going this way, most common mistake I see with surfers in the beginner in the white water is once the wave approaches them, like here on the tail, here on the tail, what now you want to paddle, you're smiling, you want to surf. Usually then they stand up immediately. They stand up immediately once they feel like a small push. And this is the most common mistake because you need 2 extra pedal. Trust me, guys, 2 extra one, and you will get every single white water wave you want to have. It's a normal reaction. Wait, my dog is joining. Let's have a look. Owen, you want to come here? Cool. Say hello. We are live right now. Hey, guys. She's gonna coach you some surfing. Oh, Robin, cool. It's so funny. Every time I work, she's coming. I don't know. You want to get sponsored? Huh? Someone here has free dog food for you? Yeah, I think so. Okay, guys, we stop this live. No, joking. I'm not even. Yeah, come. It's good. Yeah. We cuddle later. Come. Up. Okay, guys. Did you understood what I meant with timing? Timing is really important for a beginner. Means if you're a beginner and catching white water, when you get the push from the tail, do 2 extra ones. Okay, guys, 2 extra ones. Here we go. Continue. Do you understand it? This is about timing as a beginner. We have another common mistake, and this is what I talk to all the beginners here, which maybe I just finished my surf session on Greenwest, and I have exactly this problem. 2 extra pedal more. Here we have Cat on Instagram. I have the feeling all the people from YouTube are switching now to Instagram, which is, I don't know. Doesn't matter if you get the information. That's perfect. It's both good quality. Okay. Once again, I give you an example about the beginners. Imagine you have been already on a week on a surf camp. Yes. And you manage to take off. You have that feeling. You're totally stoked. You know what's going on. You know all the techniques in surfing now. You can only take off in the white water. Now the fun starts. But this is the most common mistake exactly in that moment. A lot of beginners, after 1 week of surf camp, they stop being coached. So trust me, guys, you get in every little thing. You have mentors, you have teachers, and you have coaches in every little genre in the world. Musicians have mentors and coaches. So in surfing. So please get a good coach, intermediate coaching, because the green wave zone, this is where the fun starts. Please don't stop after 1 week, because surfing counts as one of the most difficult sports because of the wave. Nature is here, we are here. But there are techniques and mentors and coaches which can help you there. Wait, there was a question. I scroll back. Is that also with green waves that you need 2 extra pedals? Yes. Sebas, this is a cool question. As an intermediate surfer, of course, you need also the 2 extras, because this is the most common mistakes as an intermediate. When you get the lift, a lot of people, maybe you as well included, they just stand up. No, this is the moment the wave wants to catch you to the same speed. When you do in that positioning, lift 1, 2, then you would be in. So the cool thing is when you have the right techniques in the front of the wave, so in the white water, you also need those techniques for the green waves. It would be so weird if you start in the white water as a beginner, for example, in our retreat, and then suddenly you have to learn something totally new for the green wave. So good question. Sebas Smith, of course you need the 2 extra. Sometimes when it's offshore, so the wind is against you, you need even 3 or 4 extra. Woo! Okay, back to, I have a small list for the beginner ones, and then we change to the intermediate common mistakes and what you can do about it. Here we go. Yeah, exactly. Because I said, okay, takeoff, most beginners are focusing on a takeoff. I still want to give you the best takeoff tips. They're there for you. The common mistake tips means when you think about your own takeoff, maybe you do it. The biggest tip I want to give you is the following. Do it at home, train it, film yourself. But the tip is the following. Do it slower, what you think. So you have to have a nice rhythm. If you use a 3-step takeoff, for example, glide, slide, and through, this is the perfect timing. Not like glide through and so. If it's too quick, your board will feel an impulse, you will fall, and in surfing, it doesn't look cool. This is first tip. Sometimes it feels you have to do it quick as possible. No, you have time, especially in the white water in the front. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be the jump. If you have the 3-step takeoff, trust me, everyone, do it in a nice rhythm. Obviously, don't do it too slow, like in slow-mo, but you should do it in a nice rhythm. 1, 2, 3. That's the most common mistake I see people doing takeoff. Now, I don't do that. Second one I want to give you, and it's the even more important one. Look up. Look up during your takeoff. Look to the sides, not to the ceiling, but at least to the sides. Why? Biomechanically, if I look down, see it, my chest will be round. When I look up, my chest has more space and leaves you more space to bring your front foot through. But back to you guys here in the live workshop. If it's the first time or the second time, I now want to know from you if you're a beginner surfer or intermediate surfer. Write it down quick in the comments. I'm super stoked because then I can shift my common mistakes a little bit. By the way, guys, I'm talking already 30 minutes and it feels like 5 minutes because I love coaching. By the way, the last present I give you obviously at the end. Beginner, here is I won't tell you. The account calls I won't tell you, and he or she told me there's a beginner. Cool. We have another chapter. And yes, even as a beginner, you will learn something because you don't want to do those mistakes. Yeah. Annabella is intermediate. Amazing. So maybe I should do it next time only on Instagram. It's so crazy. Is it more convenient? But in YouTube, I like that people usually better interact with me. Here, I feel like talking to myself, but now people interact. Okay, we have a lot of intermediates here. Emilia, Meryl, Bastian, Soul Sister is a beginner. Cool. So let's talk about, yes, Kashbai. Kashyap. Kashyap is a beginner. Write those down, like those beginner tips. But even as a beginner, listen to the intermediate ones because maybe you're on the step, on the verge of catching green waves, and those tips you don't want to do. Instagram had better quality for me. Oh, Sebas, really? Instagram has better quality than YouTube? I even bought a webcam. Okay, I'm gonna be angry now. Wait a second. I have to show you. I show you Instagram. Look at this. There's even a webcam here. I paid money for. Okay, it doesn't matter. Now you saw angry Daniel. Okay, let's talk about intermediate. Intermediate, guys. But this is actually for beginner and intermediate. Imagine you come to the beautiful sandy beach. You have your board already waxed. Doesn't matter if soft top or hard top. You're already there in your wetsuit. You feel amazing. You feel fit. You just had your acai bowl smoothie. And then your third coffee espresso. You're totally hyped. You're on the beach or about to go in. And now ask yourself, are you doing a spot check? Almost no one on earth which I meet is doing a spot check. Spot check means you check the spot beforehand. So, what comes in there? I have my list here and I want you to write it down. Do you check the wind, the local wind? Is it on or offshore? Do you check the current, the wave size? Yes, be honest with yourself. Do you check if there's sets coming? How many waves are coming per set and how often in between? Where is the current? Are there people already out? How good are the surfers? This is the normal spot check. Now you probably wonder, why are all those good surfers standing so long on the beach and watching the waves? Because those are the questions we ask ourselves before we go in. We want to be ready before we go into the water, even as a beginner and intermediate. Trust me, guys, on the beach where I surf, the spot change is constantly so frustrating. Someone just said it. Guys, you on YouTube as well, ask yourself the question, are you doing a spot check or not? Leave a comment below. Because yes, someone here just said, Niva Losh said, yes, the conditions change every day. So you have to adapt. And this is the cool thing about surfing. You have to adapt to the waves, to the, in Nederlands, omstandigheden. Yeah, but in Germany, you say like Umstände. Yeah, so the circumstances. In Spanish, probably okay, I'm not funny. Guys, I keep going. So do a spot check at all times. Check the wind, the currents, which surfer out there, where should you paddle in. And now it comes my pro tip for intermediate and beginners. When you're standing on the beach and the peak, like the lineup is right in front of you, turn around and look at the beach for some signs. Maybe a big towel or a big rock, cliff. Because the indication is in the lineup is way harder to stay on place on the right point. That's why why not do it on the beach already? I have Kashiba saying, I tried learning it, but I feel like I need a month or more to completely get it, maybe longer. Kashyap, that's why obviously in my coaching and retreats, if you have a good coach, you will obviously learn it better. Of course, you need time, but you should ask yourself all the time this spot check, or you ask more experienced friends there instead of just going in. Guys, then you probably wonder, like, hey, what's going on? You can skip this, what's going on in the lineup, by checking on the spot already. So do a spot check. I have another comment here. I knew a bodyboarder lifeguard who came to check at sunrise and went back to bed, and it wasn't interesting for his advanced level. Yeah, could be. You check and then say like, oh, it looks nice, but maybe you have the wrong board and so on. Yeah, people, is it just a comment? Guys, you can comment, but also you can ask questions, by the way, okay? Yeah, it feels that you need obviously more experienced surfers. When they do all those spot checks every single time, they have more experience and they know if the spot is good or not. But if you're a holiday surfer, maybe 2 weeks, a year, or whatever, you also should do it because the conditions on that day, the session, which helps you to understand, okay, it's slightly onshore. Onshore means wind from the ocean side. Ocean side means, okay, I only need 2 extra pedals and then I'm in the wave. Boom. What would change if you have offshore? Offshore is against the wave. So the wave would hold longer open, which is nice for Instagram for the pictures, but it's harder to go into the wave when you paddle. So standing on the beach already, waxing your board, slightly offshore, I need maybe 3 extra pedals. Boom. That helps you so much. So please, guys, do a spot check. Maybe I do a whole workshop about reading a spot check better or whatever. Maybe it's a good one. Give a thumbs up if I should do it. But do it at all times. Oh, there's an AI thingy going up. Second, most common mistakes for people who starting out in the greenways or even like starting to the maneuvers, you should always start at the peak of the wave. The peak is the highest point of the wave. Yes, you should always start surfing there. Why? First thing first, you have priority. Priority means there are rules in surfing. The person who has the longest potential ride has right of way. And the right of way, you obviously get the longest ride when you start at the peak, which is the highest point. Even with smaller waves, yes, as a beginner, and you started transitioning to the green waves, by the way, are unbroken waves, look out for the darker color. Darker color means if a wave approaches, so here's the beach, here's a wave approaching, I'm going to paint it like this. The highest point has also a slightly darker color. The more brighter blue, because it's not as thick, there's a mosquito, crazy. Oh, I killed it. I'm a killer. See it? Please don't call the police, the local authorities. I killed a mosquito. Oh, here we go. So you see a slightly brighter blue. Is it brighter? A little bit, yeah, on the sides. So always go to the darker color because when the wave is approaching, by the way, this wave didn't broke yet. When it's approaching, like, woo, coming closer to you, always start the peak. You have right of way. Okay, wait, there was a question. And this is where you should always take off. So a lot of intermediates I see on the side, on the shoulder, because there are too many people. But you cannot catch the wave as good as on the peak. So your progress will be way better, even with smaller waves, if you start at the peak. Write it down, guys. I'm so happy if you only get 1 or 2 tips out of this whole live coaching. By the way, there was a question from Nivalush. What are the specific difference between a beginner surfer and an advanced one? I always put it in 3 levels. The first one is a beginner one who doesn't know anything or only had a week in Bali, which is in Europe also still a beginner. But a beginner, that's why we put it in the beginner surf companions in the end. If you can all check those check boxes, you are ready for the intermediate one. Intermediate and advanced. Advanced is someone, we start from the top. Here's beginner, here's advanced. Advanced is whoever can, who or she can take green waves by themselves with control and do the basic maneuvers. Like really, in Europe, we say like really the bottom turn, a re-entry, speed generation to both sides, and a proper bottom turn and a cutback. Those are the basic maneuvers for advanced people. I coach not a lot of advanced because I coach usually on my way holiday surfers because the Germans and the Dutch and the Swiss and the French, not everyone has the time and lifestyle we have as a coach to be every day in the water. So that's why you don't have that much time in the water. But back to your question, in between, there's a lot of space. I call it the intermediate ones. Intermediates could be someone who's just starting out in the green waves, maybe can start to catch a green wave or is about to understand timing, which wave they should take. This is, in my eyes, also called an intermediate surfer. So everything from there till the advanced. So when you start out in the green waves, you're, in my eyes, an intermediate one to advanced. And when you're a beginner, the beginner is like knows nothing and wants to learn like catching green waves, the takeoffs and the safeties and so on. So I hope that was clear. Let me know. Thumbs up, Nivalush, if you understood that. I have still another question. Guys, by the way, here on YouTube, time flies by, is amazing. I have another question here. Any advice for surf condition weather app? Yes, there's a really cool app which is called Surf Min Forecast. I always use that one, Surf Min Forecast, because it shows also the energy levels and so on. So for forecasting, to see if there are waves are coming, use that one. Or other people use Surf Line. Do I have the app here on? Wait a second. Here, Surf Min Forecast is this one. Surf Min Forecast. You can see it. No, you can see it. Is it sharp? Okay, next time I do it on Instagram. I learned so much today. Surf Min Forecast is, my eyes, the best, and Surf Line. But back to my list, because I still want to coach you something. Or is it enough? I can also stop. I mean, yeah, if you're good, you have enough tips. No, should keep going. Internet broke, no reaction. Cool. I still have to want to teach you some intermediate stuff. Yes, as an intermediate, but also as a beginner. Here we go. I see a lot of times, and you probably as well. I even got a comment once. Angry Daniel is coming up. You feel it? Do warm up, okay? Do a warm up at all times. You do warm up when you start running. You do warm up when you go crossfitting, and yoga. You can do a yoga warm up, but you always have to warm up. Why? It prevents injuries. You're more prepared. The blood flow and your body temperature rises. So there's only plus, plus, plus. You don't want to say like, oh, I'm paddling out and then I get warm. Your shoulders, they don't like it. So trust me, even as an intermediate, and it looks professional, put your AirPods on, boom, boom, boom. Do a proper warm up, because when you're really intermediate, or what we usually do, the coaches and so on, they warm up during they do the spot check. Magic. Surfers are efficient and lazy. Lazy but efficient. Okay. So please do a warm up. And during the warm up, you can do the spot check. So you warm up and you look, okay, there's the current. I'm going to paddle in there. Oh, my friend is already out there. Whoa, he had a nice wave, and so on. Boom. Magic. So do a warm up. Ka-ching. What I see as a common mistake as an intermediate, especially as an intermediate, is when you start to catch green wave and it's kind of working, you probably won't have the feeling that you need coaching or advice or tips. Probably not. Because it kind of works and it feels nice, that rush of have a green wave. But like I said, this is where the fun starts. And what I see as a common mistake is, first of all, they don't know the right techniques, but that's why we do the books and the retreats and all the coaching and live and YouTube. But please, 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 if you know the technique, then you should train it. Train the technique. And where you could train it? At home in your garden and with a surf trainer or surf skate. So if you are intermediate or going to advanced level surfer, write it down, by the way, if you're already intermediate or advanced, and you want to generate speed, horizontal, generate speed, make a speed pump on a wave, or you want to learn the bottom turn, why not go on a surf trainer and train it? Because on a surf trainer, you can do it all day long, 8, 9, 10 hours until your legs are shaking, because then you get a muscle memory. But first, obviously, you have to know what you do, and then you can practice. You cannot have thousands of waves per surf session. Give me a thumbs up if you agree or if you understand that. So please train your maneuvers if you want to improve bottom turn, speed bump, re-entry, snap, floater, whatever you want to train it outside of the water. You have to see it, write it down. I love this quote. Train outside of the water, perform inside of the water. Okay? Once again, train outside, perform inside. Yeah, with everything. Why not? you don't have to feel stupid if you do takeoffs 100 times at home or in the garden or sometimes on the beach. You will be more ready, more prepared if you do so. Cool. And here we go, Mr. and Mrs. Intermediate Surfers. And obviously, I don't know if you know, but I do a lot of internet coaching as well. So you can send me your videos and I do a review on that with all those, drawings and spoken feedback to you, like the coaching advice. And what I see a lot with intermediate surfers, everyone, it's the biggest mistake here for those ones, are focusing on the, I would call it bam splash, like destroying part. There's a who looks amazing, like this smash on the top part of this rotations of the, yeah, did you saw my turn? It was so crazy. That's the most common mistakes. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Yeah. What you should focus on is the bottom turn. Do a proper bottom turn before you do smash, splash, pam. Okay, here we go. I give you an example. When you look at the wave, and the wave is going like this. Here's the wave. Here's where you took off because you were at the peak. Yeah. And you drive down as a surfer. You're like, wow, I'm driving down. Everyone is focusing on here's like maybe surfing, not even too much down. I'm gonna make it blue so you can see it better. A lot of surfer only go a little bit to the side and then they do wah, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel powerful, but they only focus on like, turning back and I want to have a lot of spray. You probably laugh about yourself. Trust me, there are 100% some people here who do that. Don't worry, you don't have to comment. You should comment. Yeah, we're all together in this boat. Huh? So, what you should do is focus on your bottom turn, guys, because if you drive down and you do a proper bottom turn is what yeah, made in the bottom of the wave. Bottom turn, you come up, then you can smack the lip, hit the lip, splash, boom, pam. Then it will work. If you only go down like here to the side and then do like a half turn, won't work. So focus on a proper bottom turn if you're already at that stage where you want to hit the lip, destroy the lip, whatever. But in my attitude, guys, and my biggest tip I want to give you is we're not going to be pro surfers here. Maybe some of you, I don't know what your level is when you started surfing and if you're competing. But my attitude with surfing is waves are there to enjoy, not to destroy. Once again, waves are here to enjoy, not to destroy. So don't focus on the boom. You can do it. But first, do the step beforehand right, which means a proper bottom turn. By the way, guys, if it's getting a bit noisy, I'm on a parking lot on the way. I'm taking the time to coach you live. Please give me a thumbs up or any signs because no one is commenting or asking questions right now. Are you just listening or is everything clear? Let me know before I get to one of my last points here. Focus on the bottom turn for all those intermediate ones. Do the first techniques right all the time instead of focusing on the third or fourth part in surfing. Oh, this beautiful sunset coming here through the lights. Did you understood it? There's a fire sign and a heart, fire sign, heart. Makes sense? Oh yeah, thumbs up here. Cool. Because I still have 4 points, guys. Are you ready? Are you still with me? Amazing. This is 48 minutes. I give you a special time. Even as an intermediate, it's a family parking next to us. Even as an intermediate, there's a wrong board choice. What means? I quick pick the intermediate surf companions. In the back of the surf companions intermediate, you have a board lock. Means you should always adapt to the waves. Okay, which means you know already there are different forms on you can surf. You have longboards, you have mid lengths, you have fish, you have shortboards, you have hybrids, and so on. Different lengths, different shapes, different style of surfing. But if you have a tiny wave, yeah, maybe today in wherever you are, there was someone in New Jersey, right? I don't know if he's still online and live. If it's a tiny wave, guys, grab a longboard mid-length or something bigger or a big fish. Don't do a mistake and sit in the lineup with all those longboarders Yes, I've seen some people doing that. And you're with your shortboard, you don't catch any wave, you get frustrated, and so on. So adapt to the right waves with your right equipment board. Of course, not everyone can travel with a lot of equipment, but then why not rent a nice soft top in the next surf school and say like, hey, it's tiny. Yeah, it's tiny. Can you give me a big soft top? And you will have fun. That's the main purpose: joy and fun, and stay safe. So please, not a mistake. I see a lot of time they just grab a shortboard and you stay with the shortboard. Doesn't matter which conditions. No, they always adapt to the conditions, because then it can happen that you frustrate, and then this is actually mentally one of my most important parts: positive self talk. Talk positive all the time with yourself. Be proud of yourself that you do sports like this. You go surfing, you want to improve yourself. Maybe you join one of our retreats, you buy this book, you even hear live Tuesday evening to get some tips and some knowledge, which you should be proud of yourself, because you want to improve and you want to learn something new. So have a positive self talk at all time. I know that feeling. Surfing can be really frustrated, and you sometimes feel like, oh man, this is horrible. I did another horrible mistake. Such a loser. My friend is so much better, and the progress of my friend is so much better. Why can I not be like this? But you should be, every little step on the way, you should talk positively with yourself. For example, if you're starting out and your goal was in 1 week, for example, in our surf camp retreat, to learn takeoff, and you finally stood up already on the second day, you should be proud of yourself, not frustrating, like, oh yeah, I want to do more and more and more. No, set yourself realistic goals. Boom. Realistic goals means like, don't say like next year I want to be a competition surfer. It's not realistic. But if it's realistic, if you already have maybe some longboard experience, um, that you want to have your first cross step. Oh yeah, there are techniques, workshops, retreats which help you. Boom. Set yourself a goal and talk positive to yourself. We call it the positive self-talk. Yeah. Even in the water. Be proud of that. And yeah, not everyone has a good day. So when you're in the lineup and there's frustration, or maybe your body is saying, hey, I'm tired today, accept it, be thankful, maybe enjoy the seagulls, the sun, or yeah, makes you also happy. So stay positive and talk positively with yourself. I give you another pro tip, which is not on my list, but it's a coaching tip. A lot of people in the surfing as a student, they get obviously tired after a while. But imagine the waves are still amazing and you want to stay long on the water. Don't do the mistake if you get too tired. Because if you get too tired, your technique won't be good. So you can end up in frustration again. So my tip to you is always ask yourself how much energy you have right now from 0 to 10. 10 is the highest, 2 coffees, espresso. Yeah. 0 means like nothing. I cannot carry my board anymore. When it starts to have a 4, you should leave the water and accept a nice day. Don't catch 10 more waves and expect to be like, wow, ripping if it would be like a 10. Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah. Anna Bella even writes down, yeah, it could be dangerous because then injuries happens and so on. But we stay positive. So that's why stay positive. No negative self-talk. And the same as for the beginners. Maybe the intermediates don't know it so much, but get a good coach. Yes, trust me, guys. I think in the surfing world right now, especially in Europe, I know a handful of good coaches, by the way, which do it full time as me. But yeah, first get some reviews. But my advice to you is, as an intermediate, get a good coach. And yes, there are possibilities, and this is our main mission with Surf Companions, obviously. By the way, I still want to point out that one gift I want to give you is to improve your surfing. If you buy if you buy the books, if you join our retreats, if you do this live coaching with us, whatever you take. By the way, I coach also online. So you get videos from yourself about your surf skating, even takeoff and intermediate stuff. By the way, I will release soon a video how to film yourself way more easy, because a lot of people don't know on your smartphone you can easy adapt like a really long zoom lens like which costs sometimes around 30 euros. So you can zoom so much in to film yourself, not yourself obviously, but a friend can use your smartphone. You don't need heavy or big equipment, what we have, and to get beautiful video footage, which you can easily send to me and ask Daniel, well, I want to improve this and this, and I will obviously coach you. I think a lot of people don't know that's available for, especially for intermediate ones. But guys, are you ready for your small present? Because it's springtime and we have a spring special. Maybe you heard it, maybe you didn't, but I still want to point out a small present to you. Give me a thumbs up if you have any question to all the common mistakes I told you. By the way, those are the common mistakes. There are obviously a lot of mistakes, but I stay positive. I always showed you what you can do about it and what you shouldn't do. So focus on the positive stuff. Don't say like, oh, I didn't, I shouldn't go too high on my surfboard. Your brain doesn't hear it. Rather put it positively in your surfing and say, hey, Sabrina, I should stay low. Hey, stay low, stay low. That's why we work with the books, with keywords. With the keywords, it's easier to remember. Maybe give you signal world. Maybe your favorite show is Breaking Bad, and then you say like every time when I say Breaking Bad, I should be more compressed. For example, it's just a small example. Are you ready for your? Thank you, Annabella. I think Annabella is joining us, right? I think this is the same Anna, right? Are you? Yeah, from Switzerland, eh? Anna, you joining our retreats, yoga surf retreat with your husband, right? Super stoked. Here on Instagram, we have more on Instagram, but no one is reacting. More on YouTube. So that's crazy. Are you just consuming or are you with me? So ask questions because otherwise I'm giving you the present and then I hopefully see you in real because my present, no, I wait. I rather, no, you have to work for it. At least give a thumbs up or comment yes. I have one yes here on Instagram, doesn't get a present. But oh, here is Kaspar Batia. He wants to have it. By the way, Anna, maybe it's not a nice present for you, but you get at least 2 beers from me. One, we're on yoga surf retreat. Instagram, you don't get it, so don't listen to it, guys. It's springtime, and now is the time where the people are booking their retreats, or maybe you're thinking about surfing. That's why I developed with Surf Companions only 3 retreats. Only 3. Why? I want to focus on. Oh, there are balloons flying up in YouTube. We only did 3 retreats because I want to give you the possibility to really learn surfing from the start until your goals. So, from beginner to advanced, you have the possibility to save 5% on your whole retreat price in September in South France. We call it the spring special. It's 5% off. All you have to do is, yeah, get in contact with us or go on the website. Wait, I'll show you here. We have our 3 retreats here. I put it here in the chat and YouTube. I cannot do it here. All you have to do is on the link on Instagram. It's also the links all to the surf retreats. I would love to coach you live with your needs and bring up your surfing. And why is it called retreats? You probably see a lot of retreats. We don't have our own surf camp, but we want to focus on specialized weeks, so we can focus our team. Obviously, me as a coach, but we have 2 chefs in our house in North Spain which amazingly cook for us with yoga teachers. We have everything you need, premium boards there. You don't have to worry about anything, only at your surfing. And you want to have proper coaching. That's why we offered for the surf camp retreat. There's a first 2 weeks in September, a 5% discount. If you ever been to a surf camp, this one is really cool in view. Why? That's why I'm coming there over 11 years now. I love it myself. I would only recommend the stuff. I love premium shit. And yeah, it's directly behind the dunes, on mattresses, great food. You only have to work 5 minutes. In my first surf camp in Mimiso, it was, yeah, in Mimiso, like so many years ago, you had to work 30 minutes with a soft top. It was horrible. I hated surfing almost. But surfing is nice. That's why I'm still a coach. So, question to you. I mean, I offer you a 5% discount on the surf camp retreats, but the North Spain retreats are still there, obviously, if you want to have the 10 days longboard retreat. 10 days classic longboarding. If you already have a little bit of experience in surfing and you want to learn longboarding, like this cross stepping, right turning, we're going to be at the house for 10 days. It's amazing. Check it out. And the retreat beforehand, end of September, we're going to be a yoga and surf routine. Obviously, you have a lot of surfing all the time. It's like 50-50, but a lot of yoga as well. So we have journaling lessons and so on. So Leah, your yoga teacher, will be with you coaching yoga every day. And we have amazing stuff lined up. Before it's too much for you guys, obviously, if you have questions about the books, about the coaching, maybe about me personally, now's the time, because there are still a lot of people online. I talked for an hour. I just want to give you the opportunity, if you really want to improve your surfing, to make it really easy. If you if you like the books already, you will love the retreats. To keep it simple, if you like the books, you will love the retreats. Sounds fair. Sounds fair. Sounds cool. Any questions here on YouTube, guys? Was it helpful? Did you learn something? Would you recommend a live workshop to someone else? Give me a thumbs up or comment down below. If I could improve something, also let me know. I can only grow when I get feedback. Instagram, I saw some hearts. Okay, is that your feedback? Are people more scared of Instagram to comment? I don't know. Cool. Thanks, Anna. Amazing books. Thanks so much. Guys, more people are live on Instagram, but I like it that on YouTube, people are really showing interest and we're live. And amazing that you were here, because it really felt a bit like a connection. I love this. This is my passion. Obviously, I do a lot of laptop stuff, but to be honest, I love to be on the beach and coach you guys and really show the knowledge which took me so many years to put together in a simple and effective way. So guys, have a great evening. Thanks so much for joining on a Tuesday evening. I really appreciate your time, and can't wait to see you the next time in June. Every month I do a live free workshop. See you.